Most men believe they are simply unlucky. They watch a colleague, a man with half their intelligence and twice their arrogance, walk away with the promotion. They watch a relationship slowly drain their daily energy, while the other person seems perfectly insulated from the chaos. They look at their exhausted schedules, their stagnant progress, and their quietly fading ambitions, and they tell themselves a comforting story. They whisper that the game is rigged, that office politics, timing, or unfair circumstances are to blame. Ah, the soothing warmth of the victim mentality. The game is rigged, yes, but you are the one actively handing them the strings. You are not failing because the universe is conspiring against you. You are failing because you are playing the game one move at a time. You react to the immediate email. You bite at the immediate insult. You chase the sudden impulse, the temporary argument, and the cheap validation. You operate entirely in the present tense, obsessing over what you want right now or what you need to defend right now. And because your eyes are locked on what is directly in front of you, you never see the blade approaching from the side. Machiavelli understood a fundamental law of human nature. The masses are perpetually trapped by their immediate emotions. They are governed by what they fear today and what they crave in this exact second. The strategist, however, operates in a different time zone entirely. He lives in tomorrow. He does not merely look at an action. He calculates the second consequence. He studies the third consequence. He anticipates the silent, delayed reaction that no one else in the room is prepared for. Consider your own recent history. Think about the last time you lost your temper and spoke your mind in a professional setting, or the time you poured out your deepest insecurities to someone who had not yet proven their absolute loyalty. In that fleeting second, it felt powerful. It felt authentic. It felt like relief. But what did it cost you a month later when the temperature dropped? You handed them your psychological blueprint. You showed them exactly what provokes you, what flatters you, and what makes you lose your composure. You mapped out your own internal triggers, and when they quietly used that exact information to maneuver around you, to isolate you, or to make you look unstable, you called it a betrayal. It was not a betrayal. It was just predictability. You are bleeding your potential because you refuse to look beyond the immediate interaction. Impulse makes you incredibly easy to manage. The people above you, the ones who truly understand power dynamics, rarely need to fight you directly. They do not need to raise their voices or assert their dominance. They simply present you with a shiny distraction, a subtle provocation, or a perfectly timed compliment. And they watch you steer yourself directly into a wall. You have spent years believing that strength is measured by how quickly you can respond, by how forcefully you can defend yourself, by how loudly you can claim your space in the room. But true power, the cold, quiet power that actually controls outcomes, is measured by how far down the timeline you can see. The man who anticipates the trap never has to exhaust himself fighting his way out of it. He simply adjusts his trajectory and walks around it. He observes the board while others are busy arguing over the pieces. He notices the subtle shift in a friend's tone when a certain topic is mentioned. He tracks the quiet inconsistency in a manager's promise. He does not react to the surface-level event because he knows the surface is always a performance. Instead, he pauses and asks himself, what is the hidden incentive driving this behavior? He calculates, he waits, he prepares. Until you learn to adopt this exact same perspective, you will always be a functional pawn in someone else's grand strategy. You will remain the reliable, emotional engine that someone much colder uses to arrive at their chosen destination. To stop being a pawn, you must first understand how your own urgency is being weaponized against you. To stop being a pawn, you must first understand how your own urgency is being weaponized against you. You must examine the mechanics of speed. Picture the late-night email from a manager, the one labeled critical, demanding a solution before morning. Or the sudden text message from a chaotic associate, loaded with accusations and expecting an immediate defense. Or the high-pressure social scenario where someone asks for a massive favor in front of a crowd, forcing you to agree simply to avoid the friction of saying no. Your pulse accelerates, the adrenaline spikes, your biological instinct screams at you to resolve the tension instantly. And so, you comply. You fire back the anxious email. You send the long defensive paragraph explaining yourself. You agree to the unreasonable request. You surrender your leverage just to make the uncomfortable feeling disappear. They know exactly what they are doing. Artificial urgency is the manipulator's most reliable tool. It is engineered specifically to bypass your rational mind. When a person demands an instant answer, they are rarely pressed for time. They are pressed for control. They understand that if they give you a day to process the request, if they allow you the luxury of silence, your intelligence will catch up to their game. You will notice the unfairness of the demand. You will spot the hidden cost. You will remember your own boundaries. So they compress the timeline. They force you into a state of blind reaction. They throw the ball at your face, so you have to catch it, rather than asking if you want to play at all. The trap only works if you are in a rush. When you move at their speed, you are operating entirely on their territory. You abandon your own strategic position to satisfy their manufactured crisis. But the man who understands power knows that time is a construct he can command. He refuses to inherit the panic of weaker people. The next time someone drops an artificial emergency in your lap, do not flinch. Do not type out the furious reply. Do not nod your head to keep the peace. Let the silence stretch. Let the message sit unread. Let the request hang in the air. Let them sit in the awkward, heavy weight of an unanswered question. A deliberate pause is a lethal psychological weapon. It signals absolute, unshakable composure. When you intentionally slow down your response time, you communicate something terrifying to the people attempting to move you. You communicate that you cannot be managed. By refusing to rush, you strip away their primary advantage. They wanted to trigger your anxiety, but instead, they hit a solid wall of calm observation. This pause forces them to show their hand. The chaotic friend will double text and reveal their emotional desperation. The demanding superior will suddenly soften their tone and offer an extension. The manipulator will escalate into anger, exposing the true, ugly nature of their intent. All because you decided to wait and watch. The trap only works if you are in a rush. Make this your new standard. Assume that every demand for immediate action is a disguised attempt to limit your options. Retain your right to say you will think about it. Retain your right to step away from the conversation while you calculate the exact cost of your involvement. A strategic mind operates at a deliberate, unstoppable pace. It cannot be bullied or hurried into an unforced error. You must train yourself to become comfortable with the unresolved tension that makes other men fold. Let them be uncomfortable. Let them wait. Your life is not an emergency room for other people's poorly planned agendas. But recognizing the trap is only half the game. The other half is ruthlessly guarding the energy you used to throw away. But recognizing the trap is only half the game. The other half is ruthlessly guarding the energy you used to throw away. Because your potential is rarely destroyed in a single cinematic explosion of failure. It does not vanish in one catastrophic career move or one dramatic, life-altering mistake. It disappears quietly. It bleeds out in 10-minute increments of tolerated distraction. Picture your own habits over the last 48 hours. Scrolling through endless digital noise at midnight when you should be resting. Arguing with a faceless stranger in a comment section over a topic that will not matter by tomorrow morning. Agreeing to a meaningless social obligation, dragging yourself to a dinner you despise, simply because you lack the backbone to say no. You call it winding down. You call it staying informed. You call it being polite. I call it a hemorrhage. This is the moment of cold clarity you have been avoiding. Your lack of progress is not a symptom of a fundamentally unfair world. You are not stuck because the elites have locked the gates. You are stuck because you constantly broadcast your own availability. You leave the vault of your attention wide open, and you invite the lowest bidders to walk in and take whatever they want. The bitter truth is that you are not a victim of circumstance. You are a volunteer. Every time you give your focus to a manufactured outrage, you are working for someone else's agenda for free. Every time you entertain the exhausting drama of a chaotic acquaintance, you are absorbing their psychological debt. You are paying for their lack of discipline with your own future. Machiavelli knew that a prince who cannot defend his borders will soon have no kingdom to rule. Your mind is your kingdom. And right now, your borders are completely undefended. The system relies on your continuous participation in meaningless friction. If you were actually focused, you would become dangerous. A man who controls his own attention is nearly impossible to manipulate, which is exactly why modern culture is designed to shatter your concentration into 1,000 useless pieces. You trade the energy required to build a formidable life for the cheap comfort of being distracted from your own mediocrity. It is so much easier to complain about the economy, the dating market, or the unfairness of office politics than it is to look at your screen time and admit that you threw away 3 hours of your life today for absolutely nothing. That realization stings, but that sting is the only thing that will wake you up. You must become violently protective of your focus. You must learn the strategic power of becoming entirely unavailable. Let the text messages pile up. Let the trivial arguments resolve themselves without your input. Let the world think you have gone dark, disappeared, or become arrogant. Their opinion of your new boundaries is entirely irrelevant. They are only upset because they can no longer consume your time to kill their own boredom. They want you back in the mud with them because your stagnation validates their own lack of ambition. Close the doors, board up the windows, stop apologizing for refusing to participate in the collective waste of time that average men call daily life. When you stop bleeding out your attention, you will suddenly find yourself with a terrifying amount of energy. Energy that can only be channeled into building a reality they cannot ignore. Once you stop leaking your energy to the crowd, you must learn exactly who is allowed inside your perimeter. Once you stop leaking your energy to the crowd, you must learn exactly who is allowed inside your perimeter. Because an undefended perimeter is an open invitation for parasites. Think of the last time you met someone who seemed almost too perfectly aligned with your life. The highly charismatic new coworker who instantly praises your ideas. The sudden romantic interest who floods you with flattery, mirroring your every opinion and making you feel profoundly understood within hours. They study you. They adapt to your shape. They offer exactly the validation you have been secretly starved for. And because you carry the quiet desperation to be recognized, You open the gate. You let them in. You hand them the keys to your trust based entirely on pleasant conversation and shared laughs. Huh! That is not trust. That is merely chemistry. And chemistry is incredibly easy to fake. Machiavelli understood that words are cheap. Flattery is often nothing more than a down payment on a future demand. The charismatic player is not investing in your friendship. They are investing in your compliance. They want to see how quickly you will surrender your leverage in exchange for feeling special. The trap only works if you are in a rush. When you rush to trust, you bypass the necessary friction of observation. You ignore the inconsistencies in their stories. You overlook the subtle ways they undermine others behind their backs, naively assuming they will never do the exact same thing to you. You must slow the process of integration down to a grinding halt. The true nature of a person is never revealed when things are going smoothly. It is only exposed when their interests suddenly conflict with yours. So, you must test them. You must observe them under the pressure of a boundary. The next time this charming new ally asks for a favor, deny it. Do it politely but firmly. Say no to the schedule change. Decline the sudden invitation. Refuse to lend the resource they are asking for. Then, watch their face. Watch the micro-expressions. Watch the brief, unmistakable flash of irritation before the smile returns. Watch how the temperature of the room drops. A person of genuine character respects a boundary. They adjust. They accept your autonomy without resentment. But a manipulator? Oh, a manipulator takes a boundary as a personal insult. Their flattery was a transaction, and you just refuse to pay your end. They will immediately shift tactics. The praise will turn into subtle guilt. The warmth will turn into cold, passive-aggressive distance. They will attempt to make you feel unreasonable for protecting your own interests. This is the data you require. This is the reality beneath polite society. Do not stop there. Study how they treat the people they no longer need. Watch how your new colleague speaks to the subordinate who cannot help them advance. Watch how the romantic interest dismisses the service worker. People who view relationships as tools will eventually put you back in the toolbox the moment your utility runs out. You must become entirely detached from the emotional need to be liked. Neediness makes you blind to the glaring red flags waving right in front of your face. When you stop craving validation, you start seeing motives. You realize that most people do not actually want a mutual alliance. They want an audience. They want an emotional sponge. They want a stepping stone. It is a cold way to view the world, yes, but it is infinitely better to be cold and secure than warm and exploited. You are not building a paranoid life. You are building a protected one. You are ensuring that the people standing beside you are actually standing with you, not just leaning on you until they find a better surface. Your perimeter must become a fortress. Access to your mind, your resources, and your private life is a privilege that must be paid for with consistent, observable behavior over time. Never trust the words they say when they are comfortable. Trust the actions they take when they are denied what they want. When you finally understand who is actually in the room with you, the only intelligent move left is to shut your mouth and begin building. When you finally understand who is actually in the room with you, the only intelligent move left is to shut your mouth and begin building. We live in an era addicted to the announcement. Think of the man who decides to change his life and immediately broadcasts it to the world. He posts a picture of his early morning gym alarm. He tells his co-workers about the side business he is launching. He sits at a dinner party and aggressively explains his new, highly disciplined life philosophy to a table of people who did not ask. He is hunting for cheap dopamine. He wants the applause of the finish line before he has even tied his shoes. And for a brief moment, he gets it. His friends pat him on the back. His colleagues smile and nod. He absorbs the unearned validation, feels a warm rush of accomplishment, and then, inevitably, he quits 2 weeks later. He consumed the reward before doing the work. But the failure to follow through is only the first consequence. The second, far more dangerous consequence is the subtle invitation for sabotage. When you expose your ambition prematurely, you assume the world wants to see you win. This is a naive and fatal miscalculation. When you announce your intention to rise, you are holding up a mirror to the people around you. Your drive highlights their laziness. Your discipline exposes their stagnation. Your future threatens their present. They will not attack you directly. That would be too obvious. Instead, they will slowly, quietly, try to talk you out of your own potential. They will offer you realistic advice. They will remind you of the economy, the risks, or your past failures. They will invite you out for a drink on the exact night they know you planned to prepare for the week. They will disguise their interference as care, but the underlying motive is purely self-preservation. They need you to stay exactly where you are, because if you evolve, they have to face the painful reality that they chose to remain weak. Silence is not merely the absence of noise. Silence is armor. Machiavelli knew that a plan spoken aloud is a plan made vulnerable. A secret shared is a weapon handed to an enemy. The moment you explain your strategy, you invite opinions, doubt, and friction into a process that requires absolute, undisturbed focus. So you must learn to disappear in plain sight. Stop updating your circle on your progress. Stop explaining why you are declining the invitation. Stop trying to convince people that you are going to be formidable. Let them underestimate you. There is no strategic advantage quite like being underestimated. When people believe you are entirely ordinary, they stop paying attention to your movements. They drop their guard. They do not place obstacles in your path because they do not believe you are going anywhere worth blocking. Underestimation buys you the one asset you need most right now: frictionless space. You want them to think you are exactly the same person you were a year ago. You want them to believe you are still predictable, still unmotivated, still easily distracted. Let them maintain their comfortable illusion while you quietly dismantle your old life and construct something impenetrable behind closed doors. Build the physique in the dark. Build the capital without flashing the lifestyle. Sharpen your intellect without feeling the desperate need to prove you are the smartest person in the room. Become comfortable with the profound loneliness of unseen effort, because true power is not built on the validation of your peers. It is built in the quiet, brutal hours when absolutely no one is watching, and you choose to do the work anyway. You are entirely detached from the need for their applause. You are simply letting the result become a reality they will eventually be forced to deal with. Silence protects your strategy, but only relentless, unseen systems will execute it. Silence protects your strategy, but only relentless, unseen systems will execute it. Consider the amateur. He goes to sleep with a head full of grand visions and cinematic ambition. He sets his alarm for an unforgiving hour, promising himself that tomorrow is the day everything changes. Tomorrow he will finally become the disciplined man he imagines himself to be. But when the alarm sounds in the cold, quiet dark, the vision evaporates. His motivation vanishes. His feelings dictate his reality, and his feelings tell him to hit the snooze button. He relies on a temporary spark of inspiration, a spark that simply does not exist when the heavy comfort of the bed is the only thing he can register. He fails because he expects the work to feel good. The strategist knows better. The strategist understands that relying on motivation is a fool's gamble. Motivation is a fragile emotional state, easily destroyed by fatigue, stress, or a slight change in the weather. He does not negotiate with his morning mood. Instead, he designs an environment where failure requires more effort than success. He removes the distractions the night before. He places his phone in another room. He sets the work out on the desk so it cannot be ignored. He does not wake up asking himself what he feels like doing today. He wakes up knowing exactly what the system demands. Because foresight without daily structure is not strategy. It is merely daydreaming. You can recognize the traps. You can guard your attention. You can ruthlessly vet the people around you and keep your mouth shut. But if you cannot govern the small, repetitive actions of your daily life, you control absolutely nothing. Machiavelli warned that conquering a territory is entirely useless if you lack the discipline to govern it afterward. The exact same principle applies to your own mind. You cannot hope to outplay the room if you are constantly being outplayed by your own lower impulses. The desire to sleep, the urge to scroll, the craving for a cheap, immediate distraction. The trap only works if you are in a rush, and the amateur is always rushing to feel good. True control begins with a cold, brutal audit of your daily mechanics. What is the very first piece of information you allow into your brain when you wake up? How long can you sit with a difficult problem before your hand reaches for your phone? How do you react when the work becomes profoundly, agonizingly boring? Boredom. That is the exact moment where the weak men break. They crave the excitement of a new beginning. They want the rush of a new tactic. But the architecture of advantage is constructed in the dull, unglamorous middle. It is built by executing the exact same mundane routine, perfectly, day after day, while your competitors are out hunting for the next shiny distraction. Boredom is the filter that keeps the cowards out of the winner's circle. You must become a machine of inevitability. When a man strings together enough days of perfectly executed, silent discipline, his success ceases to be a question of luck. It becomes a simple mathematical equation of when. He creates a momentum so heavy that the world simply has to move out of his way. The time for consuming advice is over. The time for waiting for the perfect, inspiring moment is over. Tomorrow morning, the alarm will ring. You will not negotiate. You will not check your messages to see if the world needs you. You will step into the quiet dark, and you will execute the plan. Not because you feel like it, but because you refuse to be the man who bleeds his potential into the dirt for another decade. You will no longer announce your arrival. You will simply let them deal with the consequences of it.